Just this. Yeah, this one is okay. Yeah, this is okay.
Basi huyo ni afisa wa ile miaka ya 1911 pamoja na ngao. Hiyo ilikuwa ni ya Corps of Drums 1911 to 1950. Hiyo nayo ni ya miaka ya 50 hapo. Na prison officer wa kike in 1980s, the green skirt and the white operational uniform. Huyo ni askari wa riot pamoja na vifaa vyake vyote. Hapo tutaasi watu wote wasimame ili kuweza kupokea heshima hizi wana magereza wanatoa kwa mgeni wetu wa heshima kwa siku ya leo, wakiwa wamevalia mavazi yao ya kazi, yani operational uniform, mavazi ambayo yameanza kutumika katika magereza kwa hivi karibuni. Senior officer mmoja alisema aliingia kwa hoteli wakamuuliza kama yeye ni DC, na akasema kama mimi ni DC basi utaona ma DC wengi sana mtaani.
Asanteni sana. As we mark 100 years of Kenya prison service, simultaneously with Africa Correction Day, I do salute the men and women who trailed the blaze towards a transformed era of handling rehabilitation in Kenya and the rest of the African continent. 100 years ago, to be exact, on April 1st, 1911, I don't know why they chose the Fool's Day for beginning this service. In 1911, the prison system was established in Kenya for the first time by the then British East Africa Protectorate. Back in the day, there were 30 prisons with a population of 1,466 prisoners against a staff establishment of 300. Since then, Kenya Prison Service has witnessed significant changes in management and administrative structures, nature of operations, treatment of offenders, and the overall legal framework, among others. The focus has been on creating a conducive environment in which prisoners can be transformed into law-abiding citizens who can also contribute to national development. The reform process has equally catered for staff welfare through formulation of policies on training and recruitment of officers with expertise in disciplines, provision of sporting facilities, introduction of schemes of service for career progression, improved housing, uniforms, and remuneration, and development of a formal curriculum for serving a newly recruited uniformed staff. The many achievements recorded to date in the century-long history of Kenya Prison Service are all it to the selflessness and commitment of officers, both present and past. I salute them all. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya Prison Service embraced the open door policy in the year 2001 as part of the reform program arising from the desire to accelerate the reform process. The open door policy was a dramatic paradigm shift, hitherto unknown, that eventually helped bring on board critical stakeholder support to drive the reform agenda, considering that the challenges facing the department were many and could not be addressed single-handedly. The challenges included overcrowding, recidivism, delayed dispensation of justice, and financial constraints. The open door policy enabled stakeholders to mobilize material, financial, and technical support, while inmates were allowed to read newspapers and watch television within the prison's precincts. Members of staff were exposed to training and capacity-building programs to enhance their knowledge and skills. In 2003, the government reinforced support to Kenya Prison Service by providing budgetary allocation of Kenya shillings 500 million to construct staff houses in prisons countrywide. The government has continued to actualize this commitment throughout the national budget cycle. ladies and gentlemen, in order to promote best practices in prisons management, the government committed financial and material resources that enable the department to host the 7th Conference of Eastern, Southern, and Central Africa, as CESCA. The conference attracted the participation of commissioners and heads of correctional institutions from 18 member states in the African continent, together with international experts on correctional matters. Arising from this conference, a continental body, now dubbed the African Correctional Services Association, ACSA, was born and tasked to address the various challenges facing penal institutions in Africa. It is following the birth of ACSA in September 2008 in Zambia that this day, the 26th September, was declared Africa Corrections Day to be celebrated annually. Today's centenary celebration, therefore, coincides with the Africa Corrections Day that provides an opportunity for all of us to take stock of the past year, but equally important, it allows inmates and staff to participate in outreach activities such as cleaning of public schools, hospitals, streets, roads, and tree planting. Before I conclude my remarks, let me urge each of you to join the proactive crusade of preventing crime before it happens, and to support wholesome correction that will in future focus more on rehabilitation of prisoners. Indeed, as you all know, the Bill of Rights and our new Constitution places high premium on human dignity and human rights without exception. Therefore, let us all be committed to the reform journey that we started as we begin another 100 years of prison service. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Berries inside, signifying the sweetness, the success. Thank you. The cake has been cut. Please, let's clap. Let's clap, let's clap. Thank you very much, Your Excellence. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Mama Beatrice Konesa amesaidia hapo. Thank you, thank you. Hata watoto tumelea magerezani na tumewalisha vizuri. So 100 years.